All right, so let's discuss Calendly, which is, of course, a booking application so that you can schedule all of your calls, your check ins with your members, your employees, anything like that. And then it can actually integrate to your phone, like your Google Calendar, and then or your iPhone calendar, anything like that. So then that way, all you have to do is update your calendar and it will automatically sync with Calendly to show your availability. So just a couple things. If you are or not using Calendly, this is the paid version because the free version only allows you to have one scheduling link, but the paid version, which is, I think it's only $15 a month or $12 a month, something like that, allows you to have multiple ones. So as you can see, I have different call links for all kinds of scenarios, right? I have my two free system optimization calls that have either an application or not an application for all my sales calls. I have 60-minute check-ins for clients. I have the 30-minute check-ins for you guys. I have the 30-minute and 60-minute ad coaching, 60-minute marketing intensive, 30-minute business and marketing consultation, and then podcast interviews too. So if you do have a podcast, having a Calendly link for this is super, super simple, very easy. You just share it with people and they can book from there. So then you can also see scheduled events and workflows, which I'll get to in a second in the next training. But I kind of want to just go over briefly how to create a new event and some of the things that I would recommend. So you just come over here to new event type. So it's a one-on-one or a group. So this lets obviously multiple invites meet with you at once. And then of course, if you want a host to share with others, right, then you can invite members into the account. But these are pretty much the two, the one-on-one or the group. So the one-on-one is obviously the most important. So we're just going to hit create. So of course you name it. Just know that the event name does get shown when people book it. So you can add a location. In person, you would have to set an address. Phone call is just a normal phone call. Google Meets and Zoom, obviously through there. And then you also have some other like virtual ways, WebEx, GoToMeetings, Microsoft Team, custom, which is just, customizing it, or ask invitee to set the location. So for the most part, if you have Zoom, you would just have to connect it, which I'll show you in integrations when I do that. Or you could just do a phone call, in which case you say, I will call, or my invitee should call me, right? Do a summary, keep it pretty brief. And then here's the backslash that you would be using, which again, you can customize to whatever you want. But this link, the calendly.com, Caroline-178/ whatever your backslash is, that's the link that you will be giving to others. And then of course you can do different event colors. The reason the event colors are important is if you have like a set of follow-up series. So for example, maybe you have the first call is paid because they get 3 calls when they pay for that first one. So they pay for one in Calendly, and then you have 2 or 3 other booking links for them that are all free. So if you brand them all the same color, then you'll know which one they book. So like if they're only getting 3 and they're booking the second one through that Calendly link, then you know that there's one more left for them to have according to whatever they paid. So you hit next on that. Here's where it kind of gets fun. You can set your schedule and everything. So I recommend a couple of different things. If this is for client use only, then I would make this a 30 calendar day out. But if this is for sales calls, I would do a 7-day max, mainly because you don't want to show that you're too available on your Calendly link for sales calls, because people will be like, why is she this available? And B, if someone books a sales call 30 days out, there's no way they're going to actually show up to it. So I normally do anywhere from 3 to 5 days out for my sales calls, because I know that's the best chance of them actually showing up. You can do within a date range. If it's like a specific training on a specific like start stop, then you can do that here. Or you can do indefinitely, which I would not recommend. So here's your duration. 15, 30, 45, 60, or you can do custom like 75 minutes or something like that. And then you can use an existing schedule, which I'll show in another video, or you can set your custom hours. So use both of these. You can set all of this in your availability icon up here. But if you want to set custom hours, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to come through here and say, okay, all Mondays I want to be available from 8:30 to 4:30. And then that changes all Mondays. Or if you have like some days that you don't want to be as available because maybe it's like your client days or something like that, then obviously you can customize all your hours. So here's time to add before and after an event. So this is mainly like a breather for you, because if not, then you're telling Calendly they can book right after. So it's really, this is total preference, before event or after an event. I wouldn't hit, I mean, you can hit both, but as you can see over here, that's what it would look like. So it's like, do I want a 15-minute breather after event or whatever that looks like? Do I want a 15-minute breather before the event or whatever that looks like? Or do I just want both, right? Because I want 15 minutes before and then I want 15 minutes to, go over my notes afterwards. So totally up to you. So show availability in terms of increments. This I normally set to 60 because that shows on every hour. If not, then I would suggest doing every 30, but just keep in mind that this is going to show a lot more availability on your calendar. So if your calendar is super, super, super available, then I would actually just do 60 to kind of shrink in that and make it look a little bit less available, because you want to create a little bit of that urgency. Again, this is mainly for sales calls. If it's client call or something like that, podcast interview, then it doesn't really matter. So they can't schedule within however many hours. So normally a sales call, I say within, they can't schedule within like an hour or something like that, right? Of an event start time. So again, these are all just different preferences, but I just want to show you that they're all available. Time zone. So you can lock in time zone, but as you can say, this is best for in-person events, or you can automatically detect. And then making it a secret event or not, essentially with Calendly, you can have like a public Calendly page that shows all of the different booking options available to get on a call with you. So for example, maybe you have like 4 different paid Calendly links. One's ads coaching, one's marketing strategy, one is organic marketing, and one is funnels, whatever that looks like. That you can make those all public, and then you can just send people one Calendly link that displays all of the different options to work and get on a call with you. So for the most part, I do them secret, but it also depends on if you're going to share this link only or your general Calendly link. So then we'll hit next. And all of this, you can go back and retweak it as needed. A nice thing is to view the live page, because that'll show, see, I only did 5 days in advance. So this kind of connects, this actually is connected to my phone, my Google Calendar. So it is actually showing people my availability based off of that. Okay, so then here's some additional options that you have. So asking questions. So this is only important if you want to know about the person before booking a call with you, especially as like a sales call. So you can ask specific questions. I would not ask more than 5. I would keep it to 5 minimum. Name, email. If you want to grab a phone number, then you can embed, or you can set up text workflows to remind them, which is always nice. And then I would do no more than 2 or 3 questions if you're going to do a text or a phone number. Or if you're not, then I would do probably 3 more questions or 4 more questions. But this, you can just switch it up. You can say it's required or not. Multiple lines, 1 line. Radio button is like pretty much multiple choice in a way. And then you can add more. You can also include an other option. A checkbox, again, they're checking off. So like what programmers do you use? And if you have like 4 different ones, like Kajabi, MailChimp, Kartra, or Active Campaign, Calendly, anything like that, they can kind of check off those. And then here's the phone number option. And then you just hit add new question, keep going, save and close. So workflows. So this is setting up automations that Calendly is going to send them, which is nice. So you can embed Calendly into your email programmer. And depending on what type of programmer, like Active Campaign, for example, you can integrate it right in, but sometimes you need a Zapier. So especially if you need a Zapier, or if you want to set up like immediate responses straight through Calendly, you can do that through workflows, which I will show you in a different video. And then you have notifications and cancellations. So again, all of this you can customize. You can personalize the confirmation email. This is, as you can see, an event will be created in your calendar as an invite. So it shows up in like your Gmail, like you booked this call, and that way they can add it to their calendar, or you can just switch to email confirmations. But I normally leave this default. And then here's where you can turn on email reminders, email follow-ups. The follow-ups is good if it's like for clients and you have a specific follow-up for them, because you might as well just do that straight through Calendly. And then of course, text reminders. You can also set a cancellation to include or not include it, cancellation policy on all calls. And then you have the confirmation page, this is important because if you want to track all of your conversion numbers and analytics, then I would actually do redirect to an external site. For example, in drop funnels, if you put like www.karenlewisconsulting.com/thank-you, and it would redirect there, in which case the statistics would start tracking through my drop funnels account. So I know how many people and the conversion rates to people looking at this booking page and actually booking and confirming a call with me. So I always suggest redirecting to an external site, but of course you can always just do the default. And then this is collection. So you'd have to set up your Stripe or PayPal. As you can see, those are the only options for now if you want to collect money. So once those are connected, integrated, which I'll show in a different video where that option is, you can do any amount. Here's the payment terms and refunds and stuff like that. And then when they book, they'll have to put in their credit card and then you can get paid. So that is all it on creating an event. You just, again, hit save and close. You can view it. And then when you go back, it'll be shown in your overall Calendly, drop down. As you can see, this is test. And then you can always edit it again as you see fit. You can also turn it on or off up here. So if it's off, it's not live, so you can't use it. And then of course, if it's on, it is live. So, all right, let's get to some other ones.